Hey, can we... Oh, we can't go in. I was like, hey, we can go in. I think we can come up here. Can't we? Can we still go up here and talk to these dudes? I saw this place and I was like, maybe we can ask these dudes about stuff. Gonna try. There's a lot of exposition in this game. Yes, there is.
It always looked much easier than the clickings.
I've done this, like, before. Why are you making a show out of it?
When I went back to Leonard's cell, it was lacking a large part of the wall. The disc quake must have taken its toll on the palace. Leonard and two conkers were still working on the flapping wing flying device like nothing had happened.
Oh, I hadn't thought about that. Maybe they'll fix it and I can have it. And use it or something. It's a good idea. Forgot about that they were working on a flying machine.
Just a few more questions, if you wouldn't mind. What is that thing you're working on?
It's my flapping wing flying device. I had put it to one side, but I had an inspiration and decided to go back to developing it.
What was the inspiration?
It occurred to me that if I modified my turning the wheels with pedals and another wheel machine to turn the spinning blades radiating from central hub, I might be able to produce a flapping wing flying device that could be driven forward by a human operating the pedals with his feet.
Will it work?
If we can to be solving the minor problems, it might just maybe will be yes.
Okay. Problems.
What are the problems you're experiencing?
Mainly weight. If it is going to fly, it has to be light. But two conkers had suggested using bombastic wood for the frame, which is extremely light for its strength. I have to raid one of my floating designs to get enough of the stuff, but it should work.
If weight is a problem, why does it seat two people?
The patrician said he would be most interested in a device if it could be used to fly two people.
You don't know why?
Well, he said he was interested in how far you could travel in it.
Come to think of it, I suppose veterinary might be interested in getting a long way from the city in a hurry one day. Could you fly a long distance in it?
Now imagine you'd get very tired. Still, if it were moving over a flat surface, you might get some additional lifting things up force reflected off the ground, which would mean it would be easier. I call this the reflecting some of your lifting things up force off the ground effect.
Well, this is all very interesting, but it isn't helping my case much. Do you know where I can find a troll called Foyd?
I'm sorry? The name means nothing to me.
Have you heard of the Radiant Trapezohedron?
What is this being?
Well, I don't really know. It's a source of great power. That's the only thing I'm sure about.
What is being a trapezohedron to mean?
It's a type of crystal in which all the faces are trapeziums.
And a trapezium?
A type of quadrilateral with no parallel sides.
No, that's a trapezoid.
No, a trapezoid has two parallel sides of different lengths.
That's a trapezium.
No, it's not.
Where are your family from anywhere near Genua?
My grandfather was. What's that got to do with anything?
Genuine geometry has slightly different definitions to Ephebian geometry. I tend to go by Legibus's definitions in his geometries. Have you read it?
This trapezodendron.
Trapezohedron.
All sides would be consisting of squashed squares.
Well, that's a slightly crude summary, but essentially correct.
That's it. That's the jewel I am being seeking.
Really?
Much yesness. Just like that is being, but with gold platings.
And you were looking for this, right? How close were you to finding it?
I am of some sureness that it is to being in Ankh-Morpork, and I am of the believing that this arrangement of stars is of great importantude in its discoverage.
Can I see that?
Please, take if you wishing. I am not to be having much chances to look myself now. I would be of delighted nature if you would continue the looking for me.
Yes! What we get? We got a map thing? Let's Let's look at it.
Two conkers had given me a star map that was supposed to lead to the jewel he was looking for.
Oh, a star map. Okay. We haven't had much moon logic tonight. Things have been pretty straightforward, really. It seems like we're kind of wrapping things up. I mean, we released a horrible entity from the depths of hell, and that's not good. But, you know, which is why this is all weird and green. Okay, a troll getting a facelift would probably be a sculptor, right? I imagine a sculptor would deal with the troll which are made of rock, which is really a golem. Yeah, we're at Act 4. We spent maybe a half hour in Act 3 because there was a lot of cutscenes. Cutscene funness. Oh, he's back.
You're back.
That's what I said.
Back? Had I gone somewhere?
Here we go again. I'm looking for someone named Foyd. Do you know them?
Oh my god, this guy is a pain in the butt to talk to.
Foyd. Foyd.
Yes, Foyd.
No, I don't remember that name.
He's a troll.
No. Definitely haven't seen any trolls.
Yes, you have. Malachite was staying here.
Oh. Yes. Well, no trolls apart from Malachite.
Rodan was hiding something. But what?
Plaster encrusted bandages? What the heck are these? Talk to this guy. It's so annoying.
I have to ask some questions.
He's got like a fart machine. He keeps farting.
Okay.
You dropped these over by Malachite's spot.
Oh, did I? Thank you. What are they?
They're bandages. Only the funny thing is, they're covered in plaster.
Really?
I suppose you were making some kind of modification to one of your statues.
Yes, that's right. Hmm?
Only the funny thing is, none of the statues have changed. Perhaps you could explain that.
Well,
Shall I tell you what I think? I think you're operating as an illegal plaster surgeon for trolls on the lam. Half-inch on the nose here, a bit extra on the chin. Even their own mother wouldn't know them, eh?
but I never do anything illegal, honestly.
You got a dream
Don't
about
worry, I'm not going
Sapphire.
to turn you over to the watch. I just want some information.
Information?
Yeah. I know that you're not the best person to come to for information, given your memory.
Yes, that's what makes me a good plaster surgeon. I can never remember who my patients are.
Do you work here?
Not usually. No. I usually work wherever they need me.
But you had to do Malachite here because he didn't have anywhere to go.
Malachite. Malachite.
Oh, come on. He was right here in the workshop.
Oh, that troll. Yes, I did him.
That's what I thought.
Wait, how did that help me? How do I ask about this guy again?
Did you work on a troll named Foyd?
Or is he gonna tell me the same thing?
Foyd.
All right, I can't give you a description. All trolls look the same to me. But if you worked on him, it'd have been recently. Have you worked on a troll in the last day or so?
Yes. Yes, I worked on someone down by the river recently.
A street name would be nice.
I'm really hopeless with names.
How do you find people's houses?
I'm really good at taking directions.
Well, where was this troll that you worked on?
You walk to the River Ankh, turn right, and then take the 3rd street on the right. It's opposite an abandoned shop.
An abandoned shop? Thanks. I think I can find that.
How does that help me? Does that help me at all? I don't know. Here, maybe? Let's try going here. Because there was that abandoned shop. Remember here? Across the street? This place? Yeah. It's probably here. Yep, I'm pretty sure it is now.
Foyd, are you there?
No, there's no one named Foyd here.
Can't you look at him?
Don't lie,
Thought you
Foyd.
could.
Firstly, I recognize your voice. And secondly, I've spoken to
thought you
Lewton.
could see him.
Don't worry,
Austin.
I'm not gonna cause you any trouble.
I thought you could. Hang on, let me stop the timer. We'll look at this. We'll look into this. So I'm curious myself. Thought you could go to the. You go to vote in current polls, and then you click time guesses, and it's just a view of the time guesses. So the vote turns into a list of all the guesses. That is indeed what happens. Ordered by nothing. They're ordered by nothing. I mean, they have all the names of everybody and the time guess. So yeah, all you have to do is go to vote in current polls and time guesses for Discworld Noir, and it says view guesses. Yeah. And then you click it and you can see the time guesses. It only opens once we start the game. Yeah, you can also, before the game starts, you can actually put your guess in there if you're logged in. I think you have to be logged in, though. You have to be logged in order to do it. So, if you're not logged in, you cannot see them. So. Anyway. Back we go. back we go to this with these shenanigans. Ugh. Okay.
All you have to do is cooperate with me, and I'll leave you alone.
We're just followed.
No, I've got cautious about that recently.
What do you want?
Did anyone ever mention the radiant trapezohedron to you, Foyd?
The radiating trapezohedron?
I'll take that as a no. Do you know what quad nescient eos interficit means?
That's the thingy. Quad nescient CEOs interficit.
The thingy? What does it mean to you?
Dunno.
I could very quickly lose patience with you, Foyd. Tell me about Nylanethotep.
No! Ask me something else.
Were you part of the Nylanethotep worshippers?
Not tell yous nothing.
Who are you running from, Foyd?
Not saying nothing.
Alright, let's show you this. This fidget spinner.
Does this amulet mean anything to you?
Yeah, that does look familiar. That's satraps.
This belongs to Satrap? Are you sure?
Sure, I'm sure. Saw it round his neck.
And where is he now?
Dunno.
Dono!
I have the falchion. I think it might be possible to stop Nylanethotep using the sword, but I need to know how.
Dunno. They didn't tell me nothing like that.
Are you telling me that you were part of a secret cult, but you didn't know anything that was going on?
Well, I did what Mooncalf told me most of the time.
Because he was the leader, you mean?
Well, he was the figurehead, but I don't know if he was the leader.
Then why were you following Mooncalf's instructions?
He was my contact. That's how we stayed in touch. Use contact keeps you in touch with what goes down.
I see.
Oh.
Everyone in the cult had a contact, right?
That's right.
So who was Satrap's contact?
That was Galid.
And where can I find Gelid?
Dunno, but I think he worked as a porter up at the university.
That's all I need to know. Thanks.
Okay. Back to the university we go. All right. We're getting things. We're making progress. See, you ask the right question, you get a good answer. Where's that at? Right here. We're making some progress.
It had been a while since I'd been to the new hall, and I had a bad feeling about what Mrs. Folmes would have to say to me if she saw me.
Mr. Lewton, I was wondering if you'd turn up again.
Can I come in?
No, you're fired. Worst bedmaker I ever hired.
Listen, I have to get inside the university. There's a dangerous cult trying to destroy the city, and I need to talk to someone inside.
That's what they all say. Now goodbye and don't come back.
That wasn't what I wanted to hear.
What? Let's try again. Progress, yeah.
Can I come in?
No, go away. You're fired and that's that.
Well, now what do we do? What do they say to us? Are we allowed to come in here? Now the city's being destroyed.
Things are looking busy in here, Nobby.
Yeah, I don't know what's come over everyone, but they're acting crazy.
Crazy? Isn't that a subjective term around here?
What?
Never mind. What sort of crazy things?
People attacking each other for no good reason. And jumping to their deaths, too. We haven't seen such carnage since the rule of Lord Snapcase. We've got riots out there. And they're not even being started by dwarves. I've never seen anything like it.
It's going to get worse.
How can you tell?
Trust me, this is only the beginning.
Have you looked out there? Have you actually looked outside? Have you actually looked outside, Nobby? Have you gone out of your desk, opened the door, and looked outside? Have you actually looked outside? It's all dark. It's all green. You know, there's a big tentacle monster coming out of the theater in the center of town. I'm gonna get some peach rings. Which are right here. Okay. Got some. Start timer.
I need to get into the unseen university, and I want you to help me do it.
How?
Can't you get me some kind of warrant or something?
No, absolutely not. Vimes would go spare if he knew I'd given a search warrant to you.
A search warrant?
Yeah, it's a piece of parchment from the patrician allowing us to search a premises. Or is that a premise?
Well, I need one.
I can't do it, Lewton. It's more than my job's worth.
The survival of the city might depend on it.
You'd say anything just to get your own way.
All right, if that's the way it's going to be. How did you get into my office the other day, Nobby?
The door was open.
No, it wasn't. I always lock my door. In that neighborhood, my coffee maker wouldn't last 10 minutes if I didn't.
Well, I found my way in. Let's just leave it at that, eh?
How would Vimes feel if he learned that you'd been breaking and entering onto private property just to fill your own pockets?
You're not going to tell him, are you, Lewton? He'd go spare.
Well, you scratch my back and I'll scratch yours.
What would I want my back scratched for?
I mean, I'll ignore your transgression if you get me a warrant to let me into the university.
Yeah,
I don't know
Nobby.
about this, Lewton. I think...
Act now. You can think about it later.
Okay. Wait here.
Yes.
Well, if I couldn't count on him as a friend, I could always count on him as a coward.
Don't get out before somebody sees you.
Consider me gone.
I got a warrant. Yeah.
Open up! Open up!
Hold on, hold on. What is it? Oh, it's you.
I have here a signed parchment from the Oblong office allowing me access to university grounds.
Let me see that.
You'll see it's completely in order.
All right, you can come inside.
Was that so hard, lady? Jeez.
Where did you get this from?
I'm a private investigator. I got this through legitimate channels.
What sort of legitimate channels?
That's not for me to discuss.
This is most aggravating. Right, here's what's going to happen. You wait here, and I'm going to go and have a word with the watch. If this checks out, then I won't have any choice but to let you in. And if it doesn't, I'll be back with the watch to have you arrested. Is that clear?
Perfectly.
Don't touch anything, don't go anywhere. Do I make myself clear?
Perfectly.
I don't like you, Lewton, and I don't trust you. But you'd better not cross me on this. I'll be back shortly.
I look forward to it. Sheesh. What did she think she'd do to me? Choke me with a duster? Now to find Gelid. I'd have to be fast. There was no telling what Foams would do when she got back. I certainly couldn't count on Nobby to back me up when the old battle axe came storming into the watch house.
Alright, I'm about to save. Warrant. What am I supposed to do here? I need to find some dude. Maybe that one other guy. There's another guy over here. Maybe he knows something about it. Oh, he's not. Wait. Oh, he's over. He would be over here. Oh, he's not. Oh my God. What's up with this?
I couldn't stop myself. The scent of blood. I found the Bledlow's body by the observatory. No attempt had been made to hide it.
Whoops.
I don't think the murderer cared. I could hear voices coming from inside the observatory, and even though my better judgment said to stay away, my curiosity drew me on. I hoped there was a limitation to how many times curiosity could kill the werewolf.
Well, I accidentally skipped some dialogue, I guess. Because I think I clicked it 3 times, and one of those clicks registered as skipping dialogue. My impression is I smelled the blood, and it led me to the observatory. But now I have a location for the observatory, which I think I'm probably going to right now. And I have a star map, so this seems like a good place to use the star map. You know, this last part of the game is not so bad. I feel like it plays out pretty well toward the end.
I made my way into the observatory, and inside was a wizard whose voice I recognized. Satrap. I wasn't sure what he was doing, but it couldn't be good.
The stars are right! A bit further! Now! Left! Left a bit!
A golem was operating the cranks for the observatory's main telescope, and Satrap was calling out instructions. I guess he was looking for something.
Mr. Lewton, do
Stab him in the
come
face!
in.
Stab him in the
I'm
face!
expecting you.
You've been using your magic to spy on me?
No, I saw you through the telescope.
Mind telling me what you're doing?
Oh, the same as everyone else. Waiting for the end of all creation.
All creation?
Well, Nylon Athertep might only destroy Ankh-Morpork to begin with, but I'm sure it will get around to destroying everything sooner or later. It's all just a matter of time.
So you're the leader of the dark sect of Nylon Athertep, then?
Lewton, I am the dark sect. They would be nothing without me.
And you're a wizard?
The professor of astrology, as it happens. I acquired the job only recently, although it has been empty for a while. Mathom was interested in the post, but I was fortunate enough to dispose of him as part of the summoning ritual.
So there was some internal politics involved in that murder.
Oh, make no mistake, most of those 8 murders served another purpose. People don't become cultists because they want to help the gods out. They know that it's a good way to get what they want and to justify whatever unspeakable acts they want by blaming it on a god.
Carlotta needed Reagan killed because he was blackmailing her, and Mundy had the sword. What about the merchant Gaimin?
He and Kondo never got on. For all I know, there were reasons that the other people were chosen as well. It's often the way of these things.
Kondo's dead. I killed him.
Well, that'll be one less thing for Nylon Athertep to do when he gets here.
How many of the cultists were secretly in the dark sect?
Only myself and Kondo.
Why are the
But
voices sound
Foyd
so
was
weird?
easily manipulated to our ends as well. He rarely had any idea what was going on. We just used him because it suited our purposes to do so. Foyd couldn't have told anyone what we were doing because he only barely understood anything that was going on around him.
What about Gelid? Did you kill him?
Yes, he had to be removed. He was still loyal to Anu, and he had outlived his usefulness.
No.
What have you done with Carlotta?
As far as I know, she's still tending the wounds of that wretched excuse for a god.
You pulled the wool over her eyes, didn't you? Pretending to worship Anu.
The wool? I pulled the whole sheep.
Was Horst somehow involved in your plans?
Horst? Ha! Without Horst, we'd have never got Monday staying in the Octarine Parrot. The trouble with trying to murder in a geometric shape is you're really quite restricted as to where you can work.
So how come Horst's name isn't on the list?
He's not a cultist, Lewton. He's just a greedy troll who thought helping us would get him the sword.
Instead, it's going to get him and everyone else killed.
I really think you should have let me say that. I mean, you say it in such a disappointing fashion. I can deliver lines like that with much greater dramatic effect.
You're a vain, arrogant, dangerous man, Satrap.
Thank you.
Where's the trapezohedron?
Stab him in the
It's
face!
funny you should ask. I was just looking for it now. Once we have our hands on it, nothing will stop Nylon Athatep. The whole of creation will be destroyed.
Don't you think that laugh is a little over?
Why would you want to
Listen,
destroy
Newton,
creation? I
there
don't
are fewer
understand.
perks than you might think
I don't get
to being
it.
what most people would consider an insane psychopath plotting the destruction of everything. I have always thought that a good dose of mad laughter was something I had earned the right to indulge in.
This whole plan is crazy, Satrap. No one in their right mind plots such mindless destruction on such a large scale. You need help.
I have all the help I need, Lewton. I have Nylonathatep.
It's not helping you. It wouldn't help anyone. It is totally evil.
Evil? No, I will not accept that. It is conditioned simply to survive, and it can survive only by dominating all other life. When all other life is suppressed, then we will have peace. Wars will end. It is a power not of evil, but of good.
Satrap, if you had created a spell that could destroy all forms of life, would sweep throughout the disk and leave nothing in its wake, would you allow its use?
It is an interesting conjecture.
But would you do it?
Yes. Yes. To hold in my hand a scroll that contains such power. To know that life, death on such a scale, was my choice. To know that the faintest of breaths speaking those words would end everything. Yes! Yes! I would do it. That power would set me up among the gods, and through Nylonathatep, I have that power!
You're deranged, Satrap. I thought Mooncalf was bad, but you take the honors. I can't allow this to continue. I have to stop you.
You cannot stop me now! I'm invincible!
Give it up, Satrap. It's over. I
Stab him in the
pursued Satrap up
face!
onto the roof. His robes were rank with the stench of Gelid's blood, and I couldn't control myself. The next
Okay.
thing I knew, Satrap's body was tumbling down the roof into a crumpled
I mean,
heap.
that's okay. Or just
Get down here! This isn't over! Don't turn away from me while I'm talking to
Here's
you.
death again.
Come back! This isn't over!
It is for you.
Oh, black spectre of the cold sleep of death. Leave me, your humble servant, so that I can witness the destruction I have wrought in thy name.
Wrought in thy name? You should get out more often, Satra.
I live to serve you.
Really? Any good at making curry?
No. But I am causing death and destruction on a scale as yet unprecedented.
And you think that makes me happy? I'm not the god of death, you know. I'm just death. I'm just providing a service. There are times, you know, when I get really annoyed by you mortals.
Does that mean I'm going to be punished for all eternity?
If that's what you want.
Isn't there some way I can bargain with you?
Nothing springs to mind.
Surely someone has found a way to attempt to avoid the final curtain?
Well, people sometimes challenge me to a game.
Do they ever win?
No. But someone once challenged me to that one where you knock a little ball out of a hole. Flog, I think it was called.
What sort of game is that?
A really stupid one to play against a person who spends every second working on his swing.
Can I play you at it?
If you like. Last time I got a birdie on the 18th. But it was its own fault for flying so low.
I'll do anything to save my life. Whatever you ask.
You're afraid of dying, aren't you?
I didn't think I would be, but I was wrong.
Here, take my hand. There's nothing to worry about. The hard part is over.
Why are you being so nice to me? I tried to destroy all of creation.
Well, nobody's perfect.
Alright. What do we got here? What do we got here?
The floor of the observatory was decorated with the 64 signs of the zodiac. They were all here. The celestial parsnip, the cow of heaven, the knotted string, even Ankh-Morpork the salesman.
Ankh-Morpork the salesman! Oh man! That's amazing. I think we need to use the map somehow. Can we use it on the telescope? Let's find... wrong one. Map on telescope.
If I knew something about stars, I guess I could have used the star map to point the telescope in the right direction. But I didn't know anything useful, and I had no idea where to start. I looked at the star map and back to the mosaics. The map seemed to include a constellation. All I had to do was find out which one and tell the golem to move the telescope to look at it. Well, it was a plan of sorts.
Was it that one?
The small, boring group of faint stars was the least remarkable of all the constellations.
But it looks like the right one. Like, look at it. It's the same one.
I suppose the small, boring group of faint stars might have been on the map, but if they were, they'd been drawn much brighter than they really were. Swing the telescope around to face the small, boring group of faint stars.
Now what?
The stars seemed to be pointing at the Salaci Mausoleum. If the map was right, the jewel was somewhere inside.
All right. Salaci Mausoleum. That's exactly what I thought it was. I was like, it's buried with some guy, so it's probably in the cemetery place. I didn't even need a map to figure that one out. The only place that I know some person would be buried is here. And you can see the stars from here even. So that helps probably too. Like...
The stars were definitely pointing at the mausoleum, but I couldn't just judge by eye exactly where they were pointing. The central atrium of the mausoleum opened up so that you... I guess on some...
Well...
The central atrium... I guess on some night... The stars were definitely pointing at the mausoleum, but I couldn't just judge by eye exactly where they were pointing.
Is there something here that would help me? Well, that leaves the place.
Even with Al-Khali's death, I still felt like I was being watched.
Supposed to do. I think I need something. I think I need something. Let's go back to the observatory. Maybe I missed something there. Go! Get! How do I leave? Okay, there we go. Where's the observatory? Where is it? Oh, there it is. What's this? No! That's what I need! Then I can measure the... Okay. That's what I needed. So I used probably that instead of the map. Oh, there we go. We got a cutscene. And apparently I know how to use this by magic.
I used the astrolabe to see exactly where Tukonkar's map pointed.
I don't know anything about telescopes or astrology or anything, but I know how to use one of these.
Grotesque in the entrance chamber. I searched the grotesque carefully and concluded that it was a cover stone for something underground. I pushed it, opening up the crypt below. The stale air told me that this chamber hadn't been visited in hundreds of years. In the gloom, I could make out a single sarcophagus.
We're making some progress. Even though it's dark progress, but it's progress.
On the sarcophagus was a circular indentation with a square peg coming out of it. The sarcophagus didn't look like any recent design. In fact, it must have been imported from somewhere.
This coin that we've never been able to use, a square peg? That would work, maybe.
Mundy's coin fitted the indentation perfectly, and with it, I could
That's not-
easily turn the peg. There was a faint click, and the sarcophagus opened. Inside the sarcophagus was a suit of armor, grasping a glowing gem that could only be the radiant trapezohedron. I wasn't expecting the armor to burst into life, though.
Thanks a lot. 400 years I wait for you to come and let me out. And the first thing you do is cut my arm off. It'll take ages to sew back on.
I'm sorry. I just sort of acted reflexively.
So you instinctively cut the arm off people you meet?
If they come bursting out of a coffin, yes.
It's a sarcophagus.
Same thing.
A very nice sarcophagus. Donated to the Order by some nice people in Jelly Baby.
And you're vitally impaired.
Vitally impaired? What's that supposed to mean? Call a spade a spade. I'm a zombie. Right?
If that's the way you want it, I need that jewel.
I'm sure you do. But first, you must answer the riddle.
Oh, no!
And prove your worth.
The riddle?
Indeed. Are you ready, mortal?
Yeah?
This is ridiculous. I'm in a real hurry and I need that jewel.
I could just cut your arm off.
Oh,
Just cut your other
please.
arm off.
I've been here for 400 years. Please let me ask the riddle.
Make it fast.
All right. What is... Oh, bugger. I've forgotten it.
You've forgotten it?
Well, it has been 400 years. You see how good your memory is after 4 centuries. Especially when you got mice.
Can I have the jewel or not?
No. I have to ask the riddle.
But you don't know it!
How else am I going to know if you're a follower of the dark cults?
I don't know. I got this.
I didn't think I could win the zombie over, but he'd probably assume I was...
I got this.
Look, I have the golden falchion. Surely that counts for something.
Oh, I knew you had the sword, but that's no help. If you're on the side of darkness and you have the falchion, then I definitely can't give you the jewel.
How did you know I had the sword?
I saw you coming in the jewel.
Really? Did you see anything else?
Oh, I've been watching the progress of the sword since I got here.
In which case you must have seen Mundy hide the sword in the crate, and me recover it from Vault 51.
Yes, I did.
So, you saw me killed by Anu Anu.
Oh, yeah. That big dog creature. How did you survive that, by the way?
Carlotta had turned me into a werewolf.
I thought it might be something like that. They never give you the whole story with those cliffhanger endings. I remember 200 years ago when I saw someone go off the cliff in a cart. Only it turned out he actually leapt clear at the last minute. I call that cheating.
Anyway, did you see when Anu Anu summoned Nylonathotep?
Oh, I see. That's what the big cosmic horror was then.
What did you think it was?
Well, I thought it might just have been fog. The reception in here isn't very good.
If you saw all that, you must know that I'm not with the forces of darkness.
Hang on. You were there when this cosmic horror was summoned?
Yes.
Then why didn't you stop it?
I was being restrained. Come on, just give me the jewel.
No can do.
You saw me defeat Satrap, wasn't that enough? Didn't you hear what he said?
No sound with the jewel, I'm afraid. You just get pictures.
Do you know what's most ridiculous about this? If I was with the Dark Sect, I'd just use the sword to kill you, and then just run off with the jewel.
You know, that's a very good point.
So I'll tell you what I'll do. Either give me the jewel freely, or I'll pretend I'm with the Dark Sects and I'll just take it.
You're not leaving me many
Feel
options.
like you didn't think this through.
Jewel, please.
Here you go.
Yeah, I cut your arm off pretty easily, so...
Thank you. And may I say, I hope the next 400 years just fly by.
There we go, we got it. Now we can leave, I guess.
Horst, I was wondering where you had got to.
Then we have been engaged in similar pastimes.
Lewton.
Ilsa.
As you can see, I have been forced to take more drastic action. I dislike having to take such radical steps, but since the untimely demise of Mr. Alcali, I no longer have the luxury of observing events from afar.
Let her go, Horst.
Let her go, Mr. Lewton? You make it sound as if she is my prisoner. I am merely keeping her well protected against the more hostile elements of this wretched settlement.
Let her go.
That is precisely my intention, Mr. Lewton. But first, you must fulfill your agreement with me.
You want the sword.
Indeed, you agreed to bring me the sword, and I'm here to collect.
No deal, Horst. I need the sword to stop Nylonathotep.
Indeed. And what might that be, sir?
It's a creature from the dungeon dimensions, and it's loose in Ankh-Morpork.
That's his maybe. It still doesn't change our agreement. You promised me the sword, sir, and I am here to collect.
If I give you the sword, thousands will die.
Oh, come now. The world is full of people. What are the lives of those insignificant specks compared to our own desires? We, sir, our breed apart from most people. We see what we want, and we take it. If a few tiny lights have to be extinguished to achieve our goals, then that is unfortunate. But it is of little consequence.
We're not talking about a few lights. We're talking about a few thousand lights. Maybe hundreds of thousands.
Then we will have to learn to live in the dark.
I can't do it, Horst.
Oh dear. I thought you were a man of your word, sir, but it seems I was mistaken. Very well. Then I am forced to take more drastic action. I don't know how much pressure it would take from my fingers to suffocate the young lady here. And I'm not entirely sure that I wouldn't apply slightly too much pressure and snap her spine. However, you have forced me to experiment.
Lewton! Oh.
All right, Horst. You win. Let her go.
Excellent. I thought you were a man of reason, sir, and I was right. I admire a man who is not so stubborn as to throw away what he values just for his stubborn pride.
You've got what you wanted, now let her go!
Alright, well, that's a problem. I think Horst is gonna, like, not, Oh! The jewel can see where the sword is!
I took Ilsa back to my office. What other choice did I have? I felt so stupid, giving Horst the sword and staying with Ilsa as the troll disappeared into the night's fog. But even if I tried to follow him, the dark magenta stench of Nylonathotep drowned out every other scent in the city. There was nothing I could do. After we'd both calmed down, I told her everything that had happened.
So Satrap was looking for Tukonka's jewel.
That jewel is known as the Radiant Trapezohedron, and I think it can save the city, but I have a nasty suspicion that we need this sword as well.
The Radiant Trapezohedron. Yes, it never occurred to me that they would be the same. The descriptions of the trapezohedron are vague at best. Satrap must have been trying to immanentize the Garunan Eschaton.
Can you try that again without sneezing?
The Garunan Eschaton is one of the many myths concerning the end of the Discworld. It's very obscure.
What's it about?
It tells how some of the entities from the dungeon dimensions have been trapped around the Discworld. Some in the lost city of Leshp, some in the heart of the Garuna Trench, some in places men don't even have names for. When the Eschaton occurs, they are supposed to be released from their captivity and destroy everything they can get their tentacles on. The usual thing.
Well, Nylonathotep is loose. Maybe this is it. Maybe this is the end of everything. Maybe it's a good time to borrow lots of money.
Lewton, I heard you'd been killed. I saw your grave.
I heal quickly.
I left a letter by your graveside.
I know. I saw it.
I wrote it when I had to leave you all those years ago, but I never had the courage to send it to you. I didn't know how to tell you that I was married.
To two conquerors.
Yes, he needs me, Lewton. He always did. And in a strange way, I need him too. He gave my life meaning. I had nothing before I met him.
None of that matters anymore.
You never told me how you felt.
What's to tell? I was born when you kissed me, and I died when you left me. I lived a few weeks while you loved me. Of course, I also died when I got stabbed in the back, but you know, that wasn't nearly as painful.
I'm sorry.
I bet you never thought of me as a man who could fall in love.
I never thought about you at all. I couldn't, if I had. It would have driven me mad.
I thought about you every day, until I'd drunk enough to forget. I let my life slide till there was nothing left to live for but bitterness.
Man.
Well, all that's going to
It's
change.
a lot of cutscenes.
I'm going to save this city if I have to die again to do it. And I'm not going to do it for you,
Lewton.
or for me, or for the worthless
Lewton.
people who live in it. I'm going to do it to prove for once and for all that I'm not the washed-up loser everyone thinks I am. And if it turns out that I am, then everything will get destroyed and no one will know about it. So hey, from where I stand, there's no downside.
What are you going to do?
First
He's
of
got a-
all,
he's
we
got a
have
good
to find
point.
Horst.
How?
I have no idea.
I have an idea. I have an idea.
For an artifact of near unlimited power, the trapezohedron was surprisingly unimpressive. I peered deeply into the trapezohedron, and I could see an image of Horst with the golden sword. It looked like he was at the Maudlin Bridge.
Alright, let's go to the bridge. Yeah, that's true. It is classic noir. You are right.
I took a few precautions and then headed down to the Maudlin Bridge to check it out. The image in the trapezohedron turned out to be right. Horst was at the Maudlin Bridge, and he wasn't alone. He and our mutual acquaintance seemed to be in some sort of dispute.
What happened to our agreement, Horst? We were supposed to be working together.
Really, madam? Then why was it that you arranged for Monday to sell the sword to you, and you alone?
Just because I didn't trust Al-Khali as a courier didn't mean I broke the agreement.
And I suppose you're going to deny that you were involved in his death?
I couldn't stop his death, but that doesn't mean I caused it.
Doesn't it?
What about you? It was you who set Malachite after me, wasn't it?
I thought you might appreciate being reunited with your estranged brother.
You sent him after me to try and slow me down.
You are the betrayer among us, madam. Don't try and substitute me as the villain of the piece. Yes, I freed Malachite, and yes, I used him to slow down you and Mr. Lewton. But you were the one who arranged his death.
I didn't arrange his death. He was just in the wrong place at the wrong time.
And you put him there.
I'm not here to debate the details with you, Horst.
Why are you here?
Give me the sword.
After all I've risked to get hold of it? No. As soon as my launch arrives, I will be taking the sword away from this God's forsaken city. If you want, you can have a small share of the profits. I am not ungrateful for your assistance in this endeavor, but that is all I'm prepared to offer.
Why, you miserable excuse for a troll.
Oh, come now. I could snap your neck like a twig if I wanted to, but I'm not going to, because there's nothing to be gained from doing it.
Listen, Horst. Either give me the sword, or kill me. Because one way or another, I won't allow you to leave town with the sword.
As you wish.
I didn't think of myself as a murderer, but I wasn't about to stand by and watch Horst try to kill Carlotta. It was over in a flash. I don't even know how it happened.
He's better off dead.
Is that all you can say about him?
He was some kind of a troll. What does it matter what you say about trolls?
What now?
We have to get out of the city.
Can't we stop it?
It's too late for that. Right now, Nylonathotep is opening a portal to the dungeon dimensions above the city. When it grows large enough, everything will be destroyed.
I have the trapezohedron. Doesn't that help?
It means Nylonathotep won't be powerful enough to destroy more than just the Circle C. And if we leave now, we can get away before the worst of the destruction.
I'm not leaving the city. It's my home. It's not much of a home, but it's all I've got.
You've got me, Lewton. Come with me. I'll renounce the cult, and we can run free in the hills of Ubervold.
It's
If
not
you
that
clip
I don't
it, you can
have
slow-mo it,
feelings for
right?
you, Carlotta. I do. It's just that I don't trust you. You murdered your own brother. You'd have killed me if I'd got in the way.
So what? So I'm no good. I'm no worse than anybody else. Think about it, Lewton. You, me, the wide open spaces of Ubervold. Or you can stay here and die with the rest of the rabble. Don't be a fool, Lewton. Join me.
I can't. I'm sorry, Carlotta, but there's only one way this can end.
You're turning me over to the Watch?
I'd like to be able to run away with you, turn my back on the city, and just escape it all. But face it, Carlotta, I'd be dead in a week. Thanks for coming, Nobby.
Hey, what are friends for? Mrs. Carlotta von Uberwald? I'm arresting you for conspiracy, accessory to murder, attempted herbicide, and for being bloody stupid. You don't have to say anything. But if you say not guilty, we're liable to kill ourselves laughing.
Oh, you'll regret this, Lewton. Nothing's going to save you now. The only way to stop the destruction of the city would be to take the Falchion into the portal. And I hope you try.
As he left, Vimes fixed me in his eyes, as if to say that this didn't make up for what I did all those years ago. But I didn't care about that. This wasn't about the past. It was about the future. I looked down at the hulking corpse of Jasper Horst in the river mud, and I wondered if I'd done the right thing. But life's too short for regrets. And if I didn't stop Nylon Athatep soon, it would be too short for a shot of whiskey. And that wasn't any sort of life I wanted. Somehow, I had to get the falchion into the portal before it was too late. Time was short.
Where's the
I had
portal?
to reach that portal somehow. The question was, how?
Flying machine! Flying machine! Flying machine! Flying machine! Obviously! I knew we were gonna use this freak flying machine! I knew it.
It always looked much easier in the clickies.
Why do we get this scene every time? Can't they just, like, skip over it once we've seen it once? I forget to play that point sound. Chekhov's gun? What do you mean? I don't know if I know what you're talking about, Gregory. I may need some more info. Oh, okay.
The contraption that Leonard and two conkers had been working on was my only chance.
Well, it's finished. Now all we have to do is fly it.
And I'm volunteering.
Ah, hello again. You want to be the person in the seat that guides the device?
I'm going to have to be.
We still need somewhere long and flat to launch it from.
I'll see what I can do.
I usually apply that to a lot of adventure games. Every room needs to have a purpose. Every room should have a purpose. And if it doesn't now, it will at some point. Oh, we can launch it off here. Look at that. It looks perfect. We just have to push a few rocks.
It didn't take me long
Done.
to get the roof clear of rubble. I hope there was no one down below when it hit the ground.
It works in some movies. Some try, some don't. I don't think always. Sometimes they just stray a little bit from the principle, just to confuse you. But
can we launch this from there?
In the end, you're right.
It might just work.
Give me a hand moving it out there, and we'll see what happens.
All right, here we go. Flappy wing flying device. So yeah, I use that principle for adventure games. I always like every room has a purpose, but they don't always have a purpose. That's the thing. Some adventure games don't follow the rule of every room should have a purpose. I mean, sometimes it's just a transitionary purpose. Like there's transitionary rooms and stuff like that, which is fine. But when you go into like a house, you expect the house to have some item or action or whatever that you can do in the game at some point, even if it's not now. So you keep going back and you think about that place as a place that could be relevant later on. Like this flying machine. As soon as I saw it, I was
Seconds before I could launch, Ilsa came flying down the rooftop.
Wait!
What are you doing here? How did you find me?
Lewton, you can see this device from halfway across the city. All you have to do is look up.
Why did you stop me?
You're going to try and stop Nylonathotep in this?
It's all I've got. Carlotta said if I took the sword into the portal, I could stop it.
You can't go up against a creature from the dungeon dimensions without some sort of protection.
Protection? Like what?
I don't know, but you need something.
All right, I'll see what I can do.
what do I need? I need some protection. What would give me protection? Do I have anything in my inventory that would give me protection?
That wasn't going to protect me in the way Ilsa meant. The device was ready to fly. All I had to do was pluck up enough courage to do it. The device was all I...
I mean, the sword isn't gonna protect me. Obviously. I assume this isn't gonna protect me. But we can...
That wasn't going to protect...
That's what I thought.
The symbol I'd found in the sanctuary was the ancient Elver sign, which apparently was a ward against the old dark gods of the Discworld.
It's a ward! We can use this! Oh yeah, we got this.
I inscribed the sign of the eel on the side of the flapping wing flying device. I hoped it was enough protection. I was going to need all the help I could get.
Alright, is that good enough? Can we go now? That was...
This is it, Ilsa. I have my protection. Wish me luck.
This is crazy, Lewton. It's suicide.
I know, but I have to do it. I'm the only one who can. Now, wish me luck.
Yeah, wish me luck. Don't discourage me by telling me it's suicide. Wish me freaking luck. It's working! It's working! It's working! Oh my god! I think this isn't... Well, this isn't normal means.
I head run into the sword and steered the flying machine towards the portal, pedaling as fast as my tired little legs could manage. I kept flying onwards, the sky full of flame and thunder.
Get wrecked, nerd! Well, that was a little...
It was a 1,000,000 to 1 chance that I could land it safely. But on the Discworld, 1,000,000 to 1 chances happen 9 times out of 10.
Well, that was...
Nice landing, Lewton.
It's a little
What do you think you are?
anticlimactic.
My guardian angel.
I lost my wings a long time ago.
I can see I'm going to have to get used to finding you where I least expect.
Yeah, sounds about right.
My original launch had attracted a lot of attention. I'd saved the city, but that didn't change things with Remora. If I didn't get out of the city, there was no telling what he'd do to me. Two Conkers, get the flapping wing flying device ready. It's going on another flight. Oh, as you are wishing.
Where are you going?
I'm not going anywhere, but you are. The Assassin's Guild still has a contract out on your husband's head, and they won't stop until he's dead.
Let him go. I'll stay here with you.
I can't offer you much of a life, but he can.
I love you, Lewton.
Yeah, I know. But love isn't always enough. If you don't get on that flying machine, you'll regret it. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but soon, and for the rest of your life. Which won't be very long if the Assassin's Guild catches you.
What about us?
We'll always have the Hotel Pseudopolis. We didn't for a while. We lost it. But we got it back. And no one can take that away from us. Here's looking at you, Ilsa.
Oh, that was I don't even know. Look at everybody's face looks so weird.
Well, it's over.
You really
Yeah.
loved her, didn't you?
I don't know. It doesn't make much sense to me.
Well, don't ask me either. I mean, I'm a species that thinks someone's leg is an object of desire.
Thanks, Gaspo. You know, this could be the beginning of a beautiful friendship.
That's
Don't
the
push your
end
luck, sonny
of
boy.
the game. We got the end. The end. The end.